Okay, right, we don't have a graphic to bring you, so I'm going to have to run you through the lineup. We've got Josh Bexton in goal for Dover. Sam Wood's the captain, he'll be playing left back. We've got Oscar Goburn, Will de Havilland, Akeem Rose, Stephen Rigg, Jack Munns, Travis Gregory, Adi Aziz, Marvel Ekpetita and Will Moses. Will Moses, who we'll be catching up with at half-time. He's a very impressive debutant on Saturday at Stockport, a teenager. What do you make of the change? Just one change for Dover, isn't there, Paul?
There is, yeah. Like I said, Will, there was only 17. Got a little chat with him before, which is going to come out at half-time. Good head on his shoulders, and certainly looked to settle in nicely in that last game. So hopefully more the same. Yeah,
he's going to need that head on his shoulders. Some dangerous players in the Aldershot town too. Looking at the likes of Mo Betamo, who scored a lot of goals at this level. Got a couple in that Brentford game we just mentioned. I think he was on target in the first couple of games as well. He's one of the danger men as well. Ogie, as you say, and Jamie Senders-White is vastly experienced at this level. I think he's won the league a couple of times. He's skipper in the shots today. One name to look out for is actually on the bench, a name that fans of the Premier League and Championship may well have heard of. It's Ross McCormack, once a £12 million striker, Scotland international, former Rangers man.
Fulham, Leeds.
Exactly, Fulham, Leeds, yes, indeed. He's played a lot of games at the higher level, scored a lot of goals. He's turned up at Aldershot this year. He's trying to get himself fit. He's not starting. He's on the bench today wearing number 44. He did come off the bench against Brentford the other day. First touch, I believe, was to miss a penalty in that friendly. So sorry to the Aldershot fans that are joining us now. We are getting ready for kickoff here. The referee, Mr. Dale, is checking both goalkeepers, and we are getting ready to go. Paul and I will be bringing you all the commentary throughout the 90 minutes.
It looks like the rain has totally stopped.
It has indeed. It is a dry night. The pitch was, I'm not sure how much of a factor it was. It was certainly something that both managers mentioned after the Notts County game, wasn't it, Paul? Very heavy. The grass was seen quite long as well, and it's going to be heavy tonight because of the amount of rain it's had on it. Underway. Shots looking straight forward down the left-hand side, but the ball will run out of play. They will be quite happy to do that, take the pace out of the game. Josh Bexton preparing to take free kicks. A different goalkeeper than we saw in the first home game. Paul, what do you make of that?
Yeah, we saw both of them in the pre-season, didn't we? Obviously, Josh is again relatively young, isn't he? But they both looked decent in the pre-season games that they played. But he came in for that last one, and to be fair, okay, we know we had some goals in there, but and the penalty a little bit
felt a little bit
rash. But
I was going to say a little bit rash. He had plenty to do, and for the most part, we stood up to the task. Ball in from the left, from Aldershot, clear the ways, Ekpetita. Frenetic start. Pitch doesn't look too bad.
The ball's rolling all right out there at the moment, isn't it? Like the rest are having a really good look at it for quite a while now before the game, but he get a touch on that one.
Gregory, can he bring it under? I don't think he can. Mitch Walker very quick off his line there. We've seen that plenty of times down the years.
Just thought when he was dropping to his feet then, he did get the first touch on it, didn't he? Because I thought he was going to hang on to it, but it just rolled away to give Mitch a chance.
Quite. It was opening inside the first 2.5 minutes. I guess that's one that Aziz would like back again. He's another player that we're going to be catching up with at half-time, Adi Aziz. Slightly ambitious effort to try and, I don't know if he's trying to have a shot then or just keep the ball in play, anything, but the ball is sailed out for another Dover goal kick. Yeah, Adi Aziz we caught up with before the game as well, looking for his first Dover goal in his second spell, having been here a couple of years ago. He got a goal then, and looking for the first one then, just couldn't quite bring it under his spell when it was played through by, it was Gregory, wasn't it? It was a nice ball.
And of course, got Rose. This will be Rose's first start as well at the top today as well, won't it? So again, he'd like to see him get himself on the score sheet.
This is true. We've seen Andy Hessenthaler, I think last week, talked about the work rate. We mentioned it last year a lot as well, but the work rate not particularly well thought of there. Is that Stephen Rigg? Yeah, he's another one that Andy Hessenthaler has been full of praise for. The work rate, the endeavour is all there. They're so committed. But as a little sneak preview, Adi says it's all about goals. You're judged on goals, and so they know the pressure's on them to find some. Dover living slightly dangerously on the edge of their own box there. Ball's gone glass behind, safety first side. Just slightly at 6s and 7s at the back there. They need to get a little bit more organised. We saw in the first game here at Crabble how important set pieces are. It was the most quality corner of the entire game from Mums, wasn't it? That was actually made the difference in the end for the header from Ransom.
It was, again, like we said before, the three at the back in that game really stood out, didn't it? We really dealt with everything from them with these sort of corners. So, not wishing anything on that one. But then, yeah, the great one from Mums for our winning goal.
So, okay, we'll live again. The rain's just started to fall again. Nothing I don't think we need to be too concerned about. Very light rain. That's the corner of the pitch you can see down there where the referee had it was his biggest area of concern, I think we should say. He spent a long time down there. It looked like a half chance actually there, if he could have brought that down.
I'm just going to mention that again, Travis Gregory, because he stepped in since quite early in that first game, hasn't he, at that right wing back. Obviously he's more used to playing further forward.
Absolutely. There's plenty of attacking players on both sides, actually. It should be, I'm going to commentator's curse for a 0-0 now. There's plenty of attacking prowess. Quickly, Dover need to be alert to that. Comes in, Exum, equal to that on a slippery night. That's the kind that can easily bobble out. That's good hands under tricky conditions. He'll be pleased with that. That's the kind of one a goalkeeper wants early on, isn't it?
He did well there because it was quite hard and low there, wasn't he? Got down, got his body behind it and held on to it.
Absolutely. I don't think we've got our time panel. I think we're in the 6th minute. We don't have our panel on screen for you, I'm afraid to say. 6 minutes in. Nice little touch on from Tanner there.
Yeah, we were looking for the flag, which didn't come up.
High, wide, and not particularly handsome, I think. But it's a shot. The shots have come out and it's trying to stamp their authority on it, I guess. That's something that Dover just need to weather the early storm a little bit.
Yeah, we haven't managed to get our foot on the ball, have we, to just take our time building up and attack ourselves, where they've been coming forward with it like that so far, but early days.
So DAFC TV had many things. Unfortunately, possession stats aren't one of them at the moment, anyway. But I think it's safe to say it probably would be about certainly more than 60-40 in favour of the visitors so far. A little flick from Rose there. Aziz couldn't quite get onto it, but he's held that up nicely. Good ball in from Wood. Mitch Walker came for it, didn't get anywhere near.
That was better though. Good ball in again from Wood, wasn't it?
Wood desperately trying to get back. Feels a little harshly done by for the free kick. I'm sure on a cold night like that we would appreciate that from James Rowe, smashing it in the back of his legs.
Warm him up.
Definitely. Who needs deep heat? It's getting a talking to. I think it's 2 for Rig, isn't it?
I think like you were saying earlier on, Rig is a team player, isn't he? He works so hard. I know we all want to see a couple more goals maybe, but at the end of the day, it's all about the team job.
That definitely seems to be the message that the endeavour, and I'm sure the manager, everyone, the fans, they all want him to score goals, but he's doing the intangible things, the dirty work that the managers love so much as well. So,
and he's playing behind those front two, isn't he? So
it's another free kick for Aldershot. Not keeping track, but it seems like 4 or 5. Mr. Dale's keeping his whistle finger warm this evening, at least. It's going to be James Rowe that takes it. Again, I don't want to put the curse on them. They seem to have dealt pretty well with everything that Notts County and Aldershot so far have dealt with them in the way of set pieces.
Holding that line on the edge of the penalty area by the look of it from here, and
Tanner's lurking as well, but it's Rowe who takes it, curling it in, and again cleanly taken by Bexon. Those are the nightmare ones that can go in off anyone, bounce anywhere.
Yeah, very awkward for keeper. He's got to watch it all the way into his hands, hasn't he? But the slightest touch from somebody on the way through.
Exactly, on either team, yeah.
He's got a good kick on him, Bexon, so hopefully...
There you go. The commentators curse.
As you said, I'll keep quiet.
It stayed in the stadium.
Enough said.
Okay. Coming up on 9 minutes gone here at Crabble. Still goalless. You're hopefully watching DAFC TV. You're very welcome. But fans of Dover, fans of Aldershot as well, you are welcome too. It's been pretty much all Aldershot so far. One, do we call it a half chance for Dover? The ball over the top from Gregory, and Adizes couldn't quite bring it under his spell, and Mitch Walker was out quickly off his line to
again, that, and I think where Wood came down this side in front of us, but a good crossover, didn't he? And
yeah, that is true.
Nobody could get their head on it. It went just over Mitch Walker, who'd come out. But
very positive you are. No wonder you're a Dover stalwart, Paul. Pleased to have you with me again. The pitch is actually holding up really well. I must say, probably an hour and 20 minutes ago, I genuinely didn't think this was going to be going on. So it's a testament really to the hard work of the staff. I know they spent a long time mopping up and clearing up, and just to get the game on, to be honest.
Yeah, they've done a great job, because I live just up the road. It's been raining hard most of the day, and you could see it when we got here. It was really coming down heavy, wasn't it? And you could see how much time the officials spent out there walking around the different areas of the pitch.
It's traditionally quite there's a lot of good drainage here. It is one of the better grounds at this level for
it's very good drainage. It's just that when you've got that constant on you at the time, isn't it? It's whether it can keep up with it at the speed, but it stopped mainly about 10-15 minutes before kick-off, so it's giving it a chance. But the ball seems to be rolling really well.
I think it needs to be said as well, both teams are very keen to get it on. No one wants another postponement at this point in the season. Who knows how many games you'd end up playing if you've kind of got games in hand. Aldershot have already missed one, obviously, because of Macclesfield. They were supposed to be on live television on Saturday playing Macclesfield, who I believe got not a reprieve, but there's new life in Macclesfield. Macclesfield FC coming back next year.
I was just seeing that today, so they'll start again back in the lower leagues. But good for them, that's what we want to see.
Yeah, quite. No one likes to see anything like that happen. As he's given us all, that's another one of those intangibles, running, herring 20-metre sprints into the corner for what most people would have said was a lost cause. That's what managers like, but it will be a goal kick to the visitors. Okay. Just over 10 minutes gone here at Crabble, still goalless. Dover settled down a little bit though after the first 5-6 minutes, where it seemed to be all Aldershot, and Dover have kind of calmed it down a little bit. The pace has dropped to a level that they'll probably be more happy with. Got the foot on the ball, as you said.
Yeah, they seem to. We just want to get a little bit more of the possessions, get the ball on the ground a little bit more, don't we? But they had very much that first 10-15 minutes, didn't they? It's
done well to cover back there. I'm slightly worried that he might have a run through.
Especially like you're saying, with the water on the pitch, it might hold up in certain areas of the pitch, might.
You can see, I think, the floodlights in that corner give you an idea of just how much the rain is still coming down. It's the fine rain that soaks you through at the moment. But it looks like it's going to be a long throw into the box. No Rory Delap towels. It is indeed. Dover managed to clear that. Was that Aziz back there in his own 6-yard box?
It was, yeah.
It doesn't matter how you clear him, as long as you clear him. But the ball's lofted into the back post. That's excellent.
Well covered at the back post. Was that Wood?
I think it was. Yeah, really, really good. Needed to be alert there. And also to avoid smashing into the back of the goal as well.
Yeah, it did well. See, coming over, it was just going to clear. When it just going to come down, you could see that lad coming in at the back post.
It's good, I think. It's taking the wind out of his sails a little bit, but he's back there in position on the line. And that was 17, 18 players in the 6-yard box.
Yeah, we've not left anybody up. Everybody's back.
They're definitely trying to make things difficult for the keeper.
Rest can have a word.
He is indeed. Mr. Dale. There is no social distancing going on there, I can assure you. There's probably
10 of them within 2 metres.
I was going to say 10. Exactly what I was going to say. 10 within 2 metres at least. It's going to be swung in left-footed to the near post, and the first man managed to get it away. Oh, to the back post again. That's some great last-ditch defending.
Good clearance. Good header in the middle there.
Can Dover get it away? Anywhere will do at the moment. Back in. Bexon was unsure, he's in two minds about whether to come or not. Dover will be very pleased to see that drift behind, skid away for a goal kick.
A little bit frantic there for a minute or two when they caught the balls in there. To be fair, the guys got their heads on it defensively.
Yeah, frantic is the word. I think anywhere will do, just get it out at the moment. But that's what you need for full commitment at this, well, at any stage of the season, but particularly now, both teams reeling a little bit after a couple of dodgy results and keen to kind of get a bit forward momentum going, particularly Aldershot. I think they're bottom of the table at the moment.
Well, we've all played strong teams, haven't we, to be fair, because they've played Hartlepool and Sutton. And the 3 games we've had, I think that's 5 teams that will be up there. We're all expecting to be up there competing come the end of the season. So.
Is this the bit where I say there are no easy games in the National League? We will see. This is Rose. So Gregory's come over the side. And he's been tipped over by Mitch Walker. So actually did really well. It will be a Dover corner. A gust of wind has just blown our camera equipment over here. It is not the most pleasant evening. I can't believe it's only October. What's this going to be like in December and January, Paul? This is the exact same position where we saw the winning goal.
So somebody else is going to have to head it in tonight.
No, that's true. Ransom is going to be out, I understand, missing perhaps 3 or 4 weeks with a hamstring injury. We saw in the...
There's a lot of holding in the middle of that 6-yard box there on us.
That's no penalty, says the ref. There would look like there might have been a hold. I'm not too sure. Don't look like too many complaints.
No, I was watching as that corner came in. There was certainly one or two in the middle there that really had the arms totally round.
That was it was a tricky one. Mitch Walker didn't look like he was really very confident in claiming it. It's a wet ball as well. Obviously, Greasy coming off service. Another good delivery, and Goban was claiming he was being held or pulled, but it's one of those. I'm not too sure. Big hit from Mitch Walker. Remember those big size 13
away. Oh, that was definitely a little clip of the heel. That's got to be worth the yellow.
Minutes in. Is that going to be a booking for Mr. Rowe?
Normally those ones, aren't they? Yeah.
Pretty cynical. Rose is shaking it off. If you can hear the clatter of studs in the background, that's the Aldershot subs are heading off for a little warm-up. Now the rain's died down again. I think they've been waiting for it.
And 2 of their subs in front of us doing rock, paper, scissors. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but who has to do the running, I think?
Yeah, I would have thought so, something like that. So Munns over this again. Is this going to be a Munns or is this going to be a Wood? It is Munns. De Havilland up for that one.
The flag's up on an offside of there.
The referee doesn't like it. The flag's gone up, that's why he doesn't like it. It's a shame, that was a tricky one. So that's straight, it's always difficult to generate the power and get the angle right.
Mitch Walker's going to take the free kick from the offside, just about a couple of yards inside the 18. And thankfully straight through to Bexon.
Well, there is 17 minutes or so in. No graphic to tell you that. You have to take my word for it again, I'm afraid. Still goalless, but they were a lot happier now than they were 10 minutes ago, I'd have thought. Apparently you have got a graphic for that. I just can't see it. It's fine. Well, you can tell me. I've just been promised a time graphic next time just to make my life a little bit easier. That with the Eastleigh game in, something, what it is, the 27th of the month.
Here he comes.
I'm reliably informed. The 27th of October. If you're in lockdown at that point, which we may well be, you can watch it from your comfort of your own home. If you're in the northwest of England, anyway. That's one of the home games. The kind of the run of the big teams it's coming to an end. Those are the bread and butter games for Dover this season, I would have thought, Paul.
I think so. Like I said, with the first 3 games have all been against teams that we expect to be up there. So we probably would have took the 3 points off that beforehand.
That's pretty much what Joe Bedford was saying before the game. If you'd said 3 points from 3 before the start of the season, I think most people, Andy Hesentano included, would have ripped your hand off. So,
absolutely. But a bit weird for us because we watched the Notts County game and we were so impressed with how we played against a very strong team there. So that gives us a little bit of peace of mind, if you like, just having seen us play like that and be so structured.
Is it a mentality thing as well? They probably quite like the everyone against us and let's go and prove some people wrong and fifth favourites for relegation and all that kind of stuff. I guess they have a point to prove and it's the professional pride, I guess, comes into it.
Without a doubt, we are expecting this season for us to be almost two leagues within there. I mean, there is going to be those at the top and it's going to be the rest of us just trying to win our half a league, if you like, unless you do manage to get on a run of it.
Absolutely. Well, winning your home games is a good way to start and they did that first off and looking to do the same again this evening. Still goalless and I imagine both teams will be fairly content with that at the moment.
It just needs to settle down a bit the game, doesn't it? There's not been much so far with the ball on the floor and just building up an attack.
Yeah, we had the early Bexham was down well to hold on to it. It was more of a cross shot, really, wasn't it? In the first couple of minutes, but one of those ones you'd be really pleased as a goalkeeper to have under your belt. And other than that, I don't think either goalkeeper's particularly muddy in their fluorescent neon yellow and chocolate bar purple at the other end for Mitch Walker. I sound like an old man if I say it's incredible some of the kits that they come out with these days. Where are the old green ones?
A bit like what we were talking about the pitch one before the game, weren't we? When we was seeing the rain coming down, we were still saying about how good the pitch looked and remembering the likes of the old Derby County. When we watched it, there wasn't a bit of grass on the pitch.
Yeah,
it never bothered them then.
This one is green. Different colours of green. That was a robust challenge, I think we should say, from Aziz. But this is what they're going to need to do: stand up to the physical test. Aldershot players not at all happy, but I don't think Mr. Aziz is that fussed about that. You can hear from him at half-time. I caught up with him before the game, and you can hear from him and Will Moses as well after his impressive debut at Stockport, as he watches that one roll through to Bexham.
It's amazing when you think Will Moses, he's 17.
I've got to say, really impressed because you don't, 17-year-olds these days, if you ever try and have a chat with them, it can be quite hard work, but he had a very, very good head on his shoulders, really good interview, and that's an absolute clattering challenge. That probably was a little bit of retribution there from, was that Tanner? I think it was Tanner on Aziz.
Whittingham, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, there you go. Your eyes are better than mine.
I wouldn't put any money on that.
But it does give Dover an opportunity. It's all about the quality, as we've said, in these things. Just get the ball into the right places. They've got a lot of big physical guys up there. De Haviland's up there, Riggs up there. And Gregory's looking at his back post as well. He's got some height as well. Where's it going to come? De Haviland. It's come through to Gregory. It's in the box. A little bit of sleight of foot. Can they get it in? Oh, Goben just slipped, but he's got it back in there. It's given Mitch Walker.
The flag was going to go then as soon as that ball came across. All 3 of them lined up.
The rest going to let it go. That's the big kick from Mitch Walker we've seen so many times. In 7 years at Crabble. It wasn't a happy return from last year. It was 2-0 to Dover, I think, and one of the highlights, shall we say, of the season last year.
With the Ogie goal, as you were mentioning.
It was. Life comes and football comes at you fast, doesn't it? Things change really quickly, and you're never quite sure. Ross McCormack can probably attest to that. He was on the bench for Aldershot today.
How old is he?
I think he's 34. He's not as old as you might think. But he's had an awful lot of money spent on him. I know that's not his fault, but £12 million to Villa. It was actually, after he left Villa, it was only 2019, so it was only last year he left Aston Villa. And he's bumped around a few places since then. His biggest challenge, I think, it's safe to say, is to get himself match fit at the moment. I'll put diplomatically. Decent clearance from Bexon. I'm going to call that a long pass rather than a clearance, actually. Picked him out from 60, 70 yards there.
We've got the throws.
Dover have a throw. It's taken quickly. Munn's on the ball. Doing really well. Riggs managed to get it into the middle. Walker is out and drops on it.
Did well there, didn't he? To hold it, I think Riggs hold it, turn it, and cross into the right area.
Indeed. We sound like the Riggs fan club. I got told it for this last season as well. I like the endeavour, but I know, yes, you need strikers to score 20 goals. I know those are the rules. It's an unfortunate slip there. Hopefully, it's not going to come back to haunt them. It does not. Bexon with a big clearance. Munn's getting involved there. What do you think of Munn's the first couple of games?
Been very impressed. Been very impressed with Munn's, because we seen it in and out last season, wasn't he? In and out of the team.
He was quite a frustrating player for me last season, because he's got all the ability in the world, but it's just that doing it consistently seems to be the challenge. But he seems to settle down. I think perhaps he feels like he's got an assured place in the team this year. Maybe that kind of helps him. He's one of those confidence and momentum players.
Yeah, I think with the midfield so far in these first 3 games, he's been the main one there that you've seen holding onto the ball, bringing it forward. And it'll do him good to have a consistent run in the team.
That's it. Mitch Walker, well out of his goals, 10-15 yards from halfway here. He's got a massive kick. That's heading into the penalty area. And is that going to drop? Back into the middle at the back post. Sails out of play. What it would be, 25 minutes or so. Over halfway through the first half, still goalless. Thank you for joining us on DAFC TV, wherever you are in the country or the world, I believe. We're blessed with international fans of both teams, I believe. Bexon taking his time to just walk across goal, take the sting out of it a little bit.
I think Darren Hare must be sat up in the far end of the stand from us, because I can hear his voice bellowing across. It's that midfield area there, isn't it, where we just want to be picking up these balls at the moment, where they're getting the possession back.
Absolutely. It's de Havilland there. I'm still just so glad that we've got a game to talk about. I didn't think we were going to be here, and to have a pitch that's playing this well, given everything that's had thrown at it today, it's nice to have some football to talk about.
And the game has been played at some pace, isn't it? The ball's going end to end on the pitch, and the ball seems to be moving quite well.
Absolutely. Dover have got some more defending to come.
Going for that throw again.
Things. Another one of these long throws. It's so important. We saw it. Dover have got a couple in their arsenal. 26 minutes gone. I guess as it dries out, the easier these throws become as well. Launched in, finally, not quite going to reach. De Havilland manages to get it away.
This is where we just want to get hold of the ball and gives a chance to break.
Plenty of pace. Can they actually... Oh, it's unfortunate. Hook towards Munn's, didn't quite make it through. Can they regroup?
As you say, we've got plenty of pace up front, haven't we? We just want to get the balls into the right spaces to give him a chance to run onto.
Absolutely right. It's about bringing it under.
And the flag's gone up.
The flag's gone up. As indeed. We don't have VAR kind of technology to bring you that, but I can assure you that was a long way offside. Bexon's turn to launch it, potentially a long way up. Rose and Gregory are kind of closing on the penalty area. It's gone the other way. It's gone to Aziz. Willing as always.
He's been winning those headers well, hasn't he?
He has. Bexon's certainly been picking him out.
He's definitely the one they're aiming for.
They've swapped it around with Gregory over this side to come in onto his right foot, I guess. Bexon kicking it from his hands. All gone a little bit scrappy. Can Dover get it down and keep it for a moment? looking for that channel, looking for Rose. Lovely touch by
Great
Rose.
control as well
Fantastic.
from Rosen.
Gregory and Rose worked it. Gregory's going to get it back. Tanner able to bring that little spell to a break, but Dover can take their own time. Wood's got a decent throw, hasn't he?
He has. How impressed I've been with him so far this season as a captain and as a left back there. You just see really strong.
And a
really
goal
strong
scorer
person.
as well to boot. Got the goal against his former club at Bromley last Tuesday.
Where better for him to get it?
So can't quite work it through. And now David's turn around and head back towards their own goal. Did well to hold him up there, Moses. Showing his
Beckham's undecided whether to come out for that one then. He sort of stopped a few steps forward and then held back.
Absolutely right. We remain goalless. Not much in the way of action as we come up to half an hour played. In fact, the goal mount, if you look at the area of the pitch, down the middle is pretty cut up.
Was he pushed then? He was looking for the free kick, wasn't he, Greg?
Reece, ambitious from Reece, looking for the runners, but Dover won't mind that. Ball rolling behind again. I've lost count of the number of goal kicks that Dover have had. I guess I'm going to say 70. It seems that everything is sailed out of play in one way or another. Just a reminder that at half-time we've got a couple of interviews with Will Moses and Adi Aziz as well. We're just waiting for something to happen in the first half to make those interviews look completely out of time. So Adi Aziz grabbing a goal before half-time, that would spoil it for you. But obviously all the Dover fans will hope he does that anyway.
And so will he. We've already heard it. So will he, because he's dying to get that goal.
Absolutely. Those channels again. This must be tricky for Dover having to make changes so often. So early in the season at the back. We mentioned the three at the back, the five at the back, with the wing backs as well. But Plan A went out the window after the first game, or 20 minutes into the second game.
Passley was so early in that first game, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, Passley forcibly went down in front of us. It must have been 25 minutes into the Notts County game. Gregory's done really well since he's come in, but he's very much a forward-thinking.
The world is collapsing around us.
That's our studio blowing down around us again. Yeah, health and safety are on their way.
Where there's a blame, there's a claim.
We will try and get it sorted before half-time, otherwise you wouldn't be able to see us, and wouldn't that be a tragedy? Here's
another corner for them.
It is going to be swung in right-footed. Dover have proved equal to it. The throng of players has moved to the back post this time rather than underneath the goalkeeper's nose. That's a good punch from Bexon.
Good, really solid punch.
Good punch. Can the Dover defence follow it out? Swung back into the near post.
Oh, he's done well there.
It did really well, got down well, but this is the opening goal. Apologies for any bad language you may have heard from the Aldershot subs there. I'm so shocked by the language, I couldn't work out exactly what it was.
Couldn't see who hit that. I was impressed with the save in the first place from Bexon.
Yeah, Bexon got down really well actually, but it is the opening goal of the game. And I don't know, on the balance of play, do you think that perhaps Aldershot have been in the ascendancy? What are we, 32, just over nearly 33 minutes in?
Yeah, like I said, they've certainly had the majority of the possession, haven't they? And they've been on the attack more. But shame that, because Bexon got the good save in the first time, but he just fell out to him and gave him time on the edge of the box there.
And it all got a bit frantic. We will see if Dover can mount a comeback. Launch forward, looking for Aziz and Vrigg. Aldershot with their tails up now. The subs getting very animated. in their bubble. Everything incredibly COVID secure here at Crabble.
Rose wins the free kick.
In a dangerous area, this is going to be all about their delivery again. This is going to be Munns in swinging. Woods coming forward as well. Yes, when we turn up to the ground, temperature checks, everyone's wearing facial coverings, social distancing. It is a very COVID secure environment, and we are socially distanced ourselves. I could barely see Paul down there without the studio lights. It looks like it's going to be Munns. He's taking the...
Woods over it as well, so they could go either way. It's one of the left out or
if Woods takes
swinger.
it, he owes Munns for teeing it up for him nicely. That's a good punch from Walker. Can he recover? It's a bad place to lose it. Tanner's got it there, spraying it wide. There's the second goal. Apologies again for any language that you may hear. That's Mo Bettimer, who's been in pretty scintillating form lately. He's got 2 in the friendly game on Saturday, and he's got another now. And what's that? 2 in 4 minutes?
So quick break there, wasn't it?
For the visitors, yeah, it was an unfortunate concession of possession in a dangerous place, and Tanner sprayed it across the field. And all of a sudden, Dover have got a lot of work to do.
Well, like the last couple of games, in fact, we've gone 2-2 down around this sort of stage.
It's about sticking in the game. I'm looking around now, looking for heads up and talkers, and okay, I think it's at Goburn that's basically doing that, giving it the come on and clapping his hands and trying to G them up. What you don't want is 2 to turn into 3. 3 is a big ask. 2-0's a dangerous lead, as they say. That's it. Aziz into the area. He's having a cut. That's a great save from Mitch Walker. You won't have been able to see it from the angle.
He definitely got a touch on that with his fingers there, didn't he?
The referee has denied a corner.
Definitely got his fingers on that one.
That was an unbelievable save as well. Privately, I'm pretty sure Mitch Walker would like that to be a corner, because it would look all the better. Adi Aziz is absolutely incensed because he had the same angle that we did down here in our position in the family stand. If you know Crabble, we're right down by the corner flag. It looked to be heading towards the post. I don't know if for the inside or the middle of the post, but it was a great fingertip from Mitch.
Yeah, you could see him get his head up, and he had a look, didn't he? He had a look, and he was going to curl it inside that far post.
But he worked that chance by kind of not giving up and sort of running full pelt and charging down the attempted clearance, and the ball fell to him. You make your own luck sometimes. We didn't get any from the ref, though, with the non-award of the corner. But still, a moment of positivity for Dover. Rose looking a little frustrated there, trying to get the ball back. Ekpatita with the throw. That's going to be another free kick for Dover. Just getting a little bit tetchy.
It's frustrating that they've had so much. They haven't had more of the ball, haven't they, than Dover? Ulster had more of the ball than Dover.
Indeed.
But again, we look like we were coping with it fairly well with the 2 quick goals. We need to look at what we can do.
It's about how you come back from those. Munns, I think, thought about a quick free kick to Aziz then, but thought better of it. That's probably a better one if he can find the right delivery. He's got Rigg, Rose, Gregory, Goburn there. There's definitely some targets. The ref's just having a chat with Aziz there. I think he's still unhappy with life at the moment. You can hear more about that at half-time. But slightly more positive note. Munns with a high one in. Mitch thought about coming, did not come. Can he get that? The ref has blown. There's a lot of jostling, a lot of bodies in close proximity there. Mitch Walker kind of scooped it away off his line anyway, and he's not going to waste a lot of time. Sorry, he possibly might waste a bit of time trotting over to go and get the ball from the far side.
Decent free kick though, wasn't it? Into the right area.
The delivery's been really good, and that's going to be important, increasingly important, kind of going on, because they do look a little, I don't know, I'm not short of ideas, but the chances don't tend to come from open play quite so much. We have actually lost our studio lights. which I'm not sure if our producer is going to be able to do anything about in time. The wind has blown it over and our bulb is gone, so we may be in the dark at half time. If that is the case, then apologies, or you're very lucky. Who knows? We have got some video interviews to bring you though, so it won't all be a blank screen, I can assure you. There we go, Mr. Dale, stickler for getting things correct. Equitator is going to take the throw after being sent back 15 yards. Just about 5-6 minutes until half time. Our glamorous producer has turned up with a spare bulb. Who knows if that's going to help illuminate proceedings? We hope so.
Producer come electrician come.
It's going to be another throw in. Health and safety watching on as how many Dover chief executives does it take to screw a light bulb in? The question is answered. It is one, and we have light.
I say, don't knock it. It's worked.
Right, now our studio and our set is bright. Hopefully Dover can brighten up the evening as well.
Another free kick for
Another free kick.
Free kick for Dover.
In terms of those free kicks,
5 minutes to go in the half. It would be a good time to get one back.
It wouldn't do. The most important thing is to. I'm not going to say next goal wins, but
It's a crucial one.
Anything out of it,
it's a crucial one.
It's better be them to get it. It's another opportunity for Mums to swing it in. The big guns are all forward. 5 minutes to go. It is another good.
That's another good one. Right into the right area.
For it again, he's got a good punch on that because Aziz was lurking. So Equitator sprayed it out to Mums again. Gregory's been wide. It's gone back. Been forced back. Hard running off the ball there from Paniutu. Bexing forward, looking for Riggs underneath it.
Riggs gets ahead on that one.
Towards Rose. Can Rose get it down? He had two passes there. He had two passes in the middle. He couldn't find either of them. He's overhit the pass to Gregory. Gregory's done really well, driving inside.
How well's he done there, Gregory?
Can he pick a pass? Good recovery from Fowler there. Conceding the corner. Rose had two players inside of him, but he went the wrong way, didn't he? Still, an opportunity.
Gregory did well then, didn't he? He had the two on him.
He did.
I was expecting him to knock it back towards Wood, but
some very, very quick feet. This is going to be a Wood corner from down from the left-hand side. It's going to be an outswinger. Trying to attempt to keep off his line again. It's been chipped in. Dangerous area. That was. Rig is up. He's under pressure, Walker, and he's claimed it at the second attempt. Aziz has been such a physical threat throughout the game, hasn't he?
He has, and I think we've seen that over the 3 games so far as well. He does bring that to him. He's quick. We just want to see the ball fall into somebody's feet to actually have a decent old-fashioned chance on goal. Yeah.
And so the ball's broken to Rig. That's good work from Mums there. Rig can't quite pick a pass, and Dover going to get caught out of position.
Flag's up.
Flag has gone up there. De Havilland looked like it was wrong side there, but linesman's flag has saved him. It's approaching half-time. It is Dover Athletic 0, Aldershot Town 2. 2 goals in a 4-minute spell. I'm not sure knock the stuffing out is quite the right word, because Dover have recovered pretty well, actually, but
there's plenty of time, and it's just a question of how we change it. If we do try and change it a little bit with what's on the bench and getting into the second half.
I was going to say, what options are there really on the bench? I know Louis Collins we saw come on in the last game, I think, and
we've seen him come off the bench a couple of times so far, haven't we? And he's obviously again, he's another young one, isn't he? 19. He scored some goals at the lower level. Again, he's quick.
You can see our little studio in the corner in the background of this throw, and with light now we have as well. You'll be pleased to see. Just say hello. Can Dover find a goal before half time, or can Aldershot extend their lead?